Hi friends, let's take a look at Tezos together. Thank you so much for tuning in, I really do appreciate it. Hope you like the new frame I've got here. It's a bit tacky, so I'm probably going to ditch it, but I just wanted to have it on for a laugh. Yeah, no wait, what I'm saying, it's not tacky at all. If you look here, we got the sort of the full measured move off of that symmetrical triangle, you could say, if you wanted to, and that we've come down here and we got supported in this zone here on the 20th of July, and then we've moved towards the top side since. And that is all so far what's resulted in is this as having come in at the area where we kind of spoke about before, where the 236 is at that 33333 area, and where the 618, the green grass of foam areas in that zone, and then sunk back down the way. So we've kind of had this laid out pretty much, spot on, really, if I'm honest, in terms of what we're looking at over the last, ages. So that's nice, in terms of trading this thing. Will we see then a retrace from this area? And if we did, then this would be a key zone for us. If we can actually see the prices moving up above this area here, then that's also very, very good. By that, I mean 33,333, 33,500. If we move down below the 30,000 area or 3,000, then that becomes very significant. I'm just going to kind of leave it at that because we don't need to go on too much about the price action. Overall, we've come in here without putting in divergence, although I can see that it's a bit messy there. I'm going to get rid of this off of the RSI there. So yeah, so that's what we're looking at. Well, you could maybe point to this here. No, you couldn't say it's divergent. It's doing all right. Everything's doing all right in terms of this little chunk, the right hand side of this potential head and shoulders. So there's no reason why it couldn't challenge up here again and then break above it. We just have to wait and see how that happens, or if that happens or not, because that's going to be our key inflection areas for now. Moving back up above the 236 and then kind of reducing the likelihood therefore of us coming down to any of these areas down below, such as this key area of the 2,800 or the 28,000 area where the 618 is. And if we did go down past this, then that would be the first part I'd be looking at. You'd also be able to draw in a measuring stick here, take it down towards the bottom, stick it over here, talk about where that could be going. If you got the full measured move, it'd be 2,400, but it would be more realistic to be looking down towards that 2,800 or 2,700 zone in terms of a move off the back of this thing, just first off. But you could be looking down as far as that, but that's getting ahead of ourselves right now. Plenty of trading to be done in the meantime, as we like to say on the channel. And if we do move beyond this area, then I'd be looking up towards the 35,000 area, 3,500. So here we are taking the same sort of time to chat about this on the US dollar pricing. If you look here, you can see that this upward trend is actually taking us higher, relatively speaking, than it was on the Bitcoin pricing. And we've moved up towards, this general zone, but we've not come up higher than what could be considered to be like the head of this if you wanted to. And if we do, then that'd be quite bullish. I'd be looking there at that 330 area and saying, hey, if we go up above 330, then there's every chance in the world like we could go up beyond this zone towards the top end. But I have to admit that that's kind of asking a bit much. There's a couple of little ways that I think we should probably be looking at this, really. First off, like, we're coming in here with the perhaps, if we go up any higher, but without putting in higher highs than this area, then we've come in with a bit of bearish divergence in terms of the bigger time frames, no doubt. Yeah, there's a guy outside playing some flute or whatever. It's mega distracting. He's okay at it, I'd say, as well. So he's okay. So you catch he's playing, at least he's playing a song, but it's really repetitive and not like enough to listen to, and he makes mad notes every so often. I'd give him a C. Right, yeah, that's what we're looking at there. If we do stay above this 275 zone, very, very good. If we move up above the $3.30 zone, then very good. And we could be looking up towards higher areas up there as well. But that'd be getting ahead of ourselves. But I would say that the profit taking target, if we do move up beyond there, has got to be 350. So I'll just stick a little line in for now. But what I wanted to show was like the various little sort of areas that we're in at the minute. If you just look at this from a sort of channel type of point of view, let me just take out the channel tool here for a second and say, well, where are we overall? Are we moving outside of this thing? Are we moving outside of this thing or not? You know, that fits on there fairly easily. If we move up towards the top end, then you could look up towards $4 even as being your sort of your profit taking target. Of course, you know, you'd be looking towards the median line here at 350 first. If we do move down outside this area, then perhaps are we breaking outside of the parallel channel, or is it just kind of coming in at the wrong angle just now as well? So we can just kind of look at it from a horizontal type perspective instead of this diagonal lines. Horizontal has always been better anyway, and kind of say that this is really what we're looking at as well, where we had our previous inflection point there and where we've come down as low as, where we have the neckline on the thing. And if we move around, you know, that's okay as long as we don't go beyond these two zones of 277 or, you know, 333 if you're playing it the other direction. If you're playing it within the channel, moving outside those areas would be where I'd start to think about things slightly differently. You know, I hope I'm making sense here. You could play it this direction. I'm not a financial advisor. You could do this thing as well. Moving outside of this area, then obviously you'd have to be managing your risk, you know, around that as an inflection zone. Likewise, there as an inflection zone as well. So that would be how you'd be looking at this if you wanted to play it that way. Right. I don't know. There you go. There's all your options. Thanks very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Did I look at the Bitcoin pricing? I believe I did. Yeah, I did look at the Bitcoin pricing. I did. And you could do the same sort of chat with the channels yourself if you want to. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. I've been Rocky Outcrop. Do this every day. I'm Mr. Tezos Technical Analysis, you could say, but I also do Ethereum, Chainlink, and Bitcoin. So don't be forgetting that. Check out those videos as well if you're looking for more educational content, looking at cryptocurrency across the markets, and subscribe to the channel. Hook me up on Twitter, whatever else. Join me in the Discord. All good stuff. Catch you later. Thanks so much for joining in.